Hello and welcome. My name is Nilaus. This is an amazing tour of a base that I'm gonna go walk through with you. So this is, as I said, it's a base walkthrough. This is coming from my Discord server, the community, actually the elite community, the Order of the Path, the captains, the barons of the Order of the Path have built this amazing base, and it's part of our community server, as I said. So I wanted to give you a look at what has been built, but also not just to show it off, but really also because it has some really amazing technical setup that I've strongly recommend and really encourage other people to have a look at, because this is actually working really well. Now the base is a monster, right? This is monstrous, but let's go through it step by step and you will be able to understand it, and hopefully you will see why it is so brilliant. This is an Angels base. So it has Angel mods, Bob mods, it has a few other sort of cosmetic mods, but the key to this one, the really why this, in my opinion, is so brilliant is because of two things. One is, it is based on city blocks, the city block concept that you know I love so much. This means that each station, such as zooming into a random one here, is completely separate from the network. So that means it has some inputs from the network and it has some outputs. Well, the inputs are coming from over here, so it has some wood over here, it has some copper coils, it has some, what is this called, solder coils, I guess, it has some basic electronics boards, and then it has some as output the basic circuits and the basic electronic boards. It has no circuit boards and basic electronic boards, and that means this one is built completely in isolation, taking the inputs and providing the outputs into the network. And that means someone who wants to join the community map, and the first thing they'll ask is, hey, what should I do? Well, this is, for once, this is actually an easy answer to provide, because we can just look at the network and see what's missing and say, how about you make sure that we have some titanium ingots, because that is something we don't have at a bigger scale. And then you can get allocated to a city block, you can start working, you get the inputs, the outputs, and then you can just provide it. And then that is a great way to spend a couple of hours or an hour, depending on how big it is or how advanced you want to make it. So we have all sorts of different locations. You can see here, this is just the location that takes, oh, this is running out. So this takes wood inbound and converts it into wooden bricks and into also to resin. And you can see here we have some quite stupid amounts in our local storages, but it's fine, it works the way it is. And this that is not a date, but it is a number. And let's see, okay, so that is, but this one, in order for this city block system to work, it relies on, of course, a train network, an amazing train network. And this is not logistics train network, this is a vanilla logistics train network. It is architected by HapHollas from the community. It is absolutely amazing. I think I can summarize it as German engineering. If I understood it, it wouldn't be German engineering, it would just be engineering. So let's I will explain how it works, but I can't tell why it works. Basically, I can explain the mechanics of it, but the wiring is magical. However, in order for everyone to be able to copy this and use it in your own base, HapHollas has been so kind as he has written an 8-page document with screenshots and guides and yeah, everything, so that you can see how it works in detail and you can copy it into your own base. There are also some blueprints there. All of this is available in the links below in the description, so fear not. But let's dive in and have a look at what what it works. Let's start using the trainer and just drive around. Another cute little part is this PAX is owned by Nilaus, and then I have my own color. So I'm going here to, oh, okay. Let's go in here and look at this city block. So this city block is in operation. It has cretinium ore in. It has, it doesn't have stereotype ore in, and then it has the catalyst. Damn you, Angel, for requiring us to use catalyst for simple processes like this. And that is now producing a lot of copper ore into the network. So some people, when playing Angels, like to sort of have the full process in one, but I really prefer this way, and so does my community, luckily, where you break the chain into many steps. So this one is only producing the copper ore. You have another place that produces copper ingots. You have a separate place that produces the copper coils. And that we're going to have a look at. So the idea of this network, oh, this is perfectly timed. I didn't even time it, but this is amazing, isn't it? So what happens here is that this station is saying, if the local storage drops below 15,000, and it just did, it was at less than that, it was definitely below. This is now at 22,000. Why these are bouncing back and forth, I don't know. That is confusing to me, but hopefully they'll settle down. Basically it says the local storage, this is now 22, goes in here, and it then basically says, all right, if you are less than, if this amount, or if the storage here is less than the requested, then open this train stop. You can see the train stop is, if we're just going to do this one, train stop here is deactivated, crushed crucinium, because it's now over the threshold. That means this train, it goes, this means it has a depot, it has a pickup location, and has a delivery location. And these quirks here are necessary in order to make it work. That one, for example, and that one. So what happens is, if there is a supply, then the supply station gets open. If there's a demand, the demand station gets open. If none of them are open, it just goes back to the depot. So it stays at the depot. When there's a supply available, it goes to the supply location and picks it up. When there's a demand, then it goes to the demand and unloads it. Of course, we need faster inserters here. That's obvious, because these trains are quite big. No, they're not. Some of them have been upgraded to twice the size. And here you can see now we are up to 23,000. When this drops down to less, then it will request again. Here, and we can now move on to some other one. Let's have a look at something that creates copper ingots out. Don't know what that looks like, but let's go there. Luckily it is open, so we can go there. And then we can look at the demand as well. And you can see how big the base is and what a lot of things are going on. Some of the blocks are really beautiful with all the mixed things. Okay, we can dive in here. So this one is producing copper ingots. That means it takes, where is it? This takes our copper ore that we just produced, takes it in, combines it with some fuel here. Oops, yeah, no, not enough ingredients. That's not my intention. Produce the ingots, go here. It also produces the tin ingots because, hey, why not? It was right next to it and it doesn't really require anything else. So that's why we're using this base for multiple things. You can see there are room for 3 on one side and 3 on the other side. And that's the same for all of them because they have 2 sides each. So at maximum of 6 stations can be done on the edges. Or if you want more, we can have something like this one, or this one even, that has many more stops inside. However, let's look at the, I can't exactly say what the, oh, let's go back. Here we are. Okay, we have train stations here. Now, this one is a supply station. So this supplies, it says 56. What these are doing is, this does 2 things. It sends into the network. You can see this is a network here. This is a global red network. The number you see here under the red signal indicates how many train stations are providing a full load of this to the network. So for example, we have 10 ingots. We have 2 train stations somewhere in the network that has a full enough load to load a full one. This is one of them. And therefore there's a train here. That means we have plenty of supply. This is on the supply side, and the green one is on the demand side. Let's actually see if we can just, for show. No, we cannot. Damn it. I'm just thinking if, why am I not able to make this? Oh, it's insulate wire. Damn you. Damn you. Doesn't matter. We'll find it somewhere that has the green wire. Yeah. I do not have the green wire. Oh yeah, here we have the green wire. The green wire is the total demand in the system. So for example, when someone joins, we can take a look at this and say, look, plastic actually needs 56,000 plastic for the network. That's not good. So can you please make a plastic? Of course, the water is just set very high just to make sure that we can consume all the water that's produced, and it's always consuming more. And okay, let's go to sort of the next step and actually start trying something out. And I need to back off here because I'm on a dead end. Let's go to the brass. Go, 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 go. I just want to illustrate how it works. Well, actually, we did kind of illustrate how it works. So let's take someone else. Let's take mineral sludge instead and just enjoy how we ride through the base. What I should be mentioning is this base is, at least on my PC, operating fully at 60 FPS UPS, so not a problem here. One of the key points is maybe also the fact that it's not really using a lot of scripts. It has the loaders, which takes a bit, nanobots a bit, but it's actually really light on... So Nexotubes is taking some of the updates, but it's not that bad. Let's have a look at... Oh, damn, that was... It's being produced several places. I actually want another one. No. Okay, don't get run over by the train as it comes back. I was actually hoping I could get another one, so I'm gonna take the... I wonder if I can do the crystal catalyst then. Hybrid catalyst. Oops. Hybrid catalyst out. That can only be one location this is provided. Or this is built. Ah, there it is. I'm gonna run in front of the train because I'm reckless. So this is another type of base where this is basically consuming as much slag as possible, and also consuming... This is these things. I can remember what they're called. Crystal dust. It consumes crystal dust and slag and produces these materials. So it cannot produce any more crystal slurry because it doesn't have any dust. But it is... Well, it is already creating quite a lot, so there's not really a problem here with either of them. I'm going to dust it back up. Now, all of this, as you can see, is done entirely without robots, and that's one of the key points. However, there is one place where we have allowed robots, and that's in the mall. Let's have a look at the mall. There we go. The purpose of the mall is to help us build the base in a bigger, better fashion. This is the mall. You can see we each have our different train in a different color. So this is the mall. This is currently totally idle. But if I want to request something, I can build it here. The reason why we decided to put robots here, you can see how many loading stations, or yeah, inbound stations we have. We also have a number up here that are just demanding materials because you just need some lithium ion batteries sometimes to build stuff. And that's the reason why we have the malls, because otherwise it would be very, very troublesome for us to build the base at a decent pace. Now, let's also look at the depot, because that also is part of the train network and why it is working. Or how it's working. Just find it, because all the depots have exactly the same name. So you can see here all of the trains we have in the network. Yeah, it's a great way to get an overview, isn't it? However, here, these are monitoring on the red wire, and they will let you go when something is being sent to the train. Let's say this one. This one is parked at the depot. You will be allowed to leave after 30 seconds has passed, and you get a cross signal from the red wire with the cross sapphirite greater than or equal to 1. Because that means there is now a supply station that is unable to get it. And then it goes over. Sometimes they get stuck in here, but since the trains are dedicated to ingots, that's not a problem. Maybe for whatever reason they were unable to unload all of it, but it's okay, because this one is, when someone requests some cobalt ingots, this is the one that goes. This could be because it was loading and then it got disabled. It can be a million different reasons why that's the case. And let's see, where do we want to go? Again, we could go to... I think we could go to this one just to see something different. Actually, let's go to plastic. I don't know what the plastic looks like. Plastic out. I think that's going to be more fun. So we're going to go to plastic out. Nope, we're not going to plastic out because that's obviously not working. So we're going to go to somewhere else instead. Oh, this one. This is our greenhouse, producing lots of wood. Not actually lots of wood anymore. This used to be completely over dimensioned for the base, but now it's actually unable to keep up. That's interesting. That's how it goes usually. So this is a base, one of the few ones that I created. I love this little icon. It's actually quite neat. And my robot built something. Nice. I don't know what. So this one is taking some raw materials in. These are the materials out here. And they're going to be producing three things: module contact, module case, and module logic board. Quite a lot of each. And they're brought into the network. They are here, ready to go, but nothing really is requesting. This is not actually able to fill it up. Reason why we are only using one train here instead of, or one wagon instead of two wagons, is because we have Mark III and they are twice as big. So that's kind of the different parts of it. So let's summarize. We have a base, let's remove it, that is modular based. That means anyone can come in, build a module, and it'll just, all you need to do is link it up to the network. Because for example, anything like that is very common, let's find something that's very common. Yeah. Come on, find something that makes sense. Ah, right, this one. So this one is be called copper ingots in. But there could be many different copper ingots in, because this is going to be used for different things, or tin as well. And that means that's something the train will figure out itself, because if you look at the trains, they have just steel plate out, just steel plate in. And that means if there are more steel plate out, more steel plate in, it will automatically go, because most of the time there'll be either the loading or the supply or demand side will be closed, and therefore it'll only go to the one that opens. So for example, in this case, the supply side is keeping up. That's great, but the demand side is not keeping up. Well, this is perfectly fine, so we have it in stock. So whenever one of the, let's say, 5 different places that request steel is opening, then this train will be immediately dispatched, put to that one. The problem here is that, let's say with the demand side is not, or the supply side is not keeping up, such as for plastic. Then for the plastic, we are maybe having 4 different locations requesting plastic, but only one place creating plastic. In this case, as soon as the plastic becomes available, the train goes there, and it will then, so look at this, this looks pretty beautiful, right? As soon as the plastic becomes available, it'll go there, load it, and then it'll go to one of the 4 open plastic demand stations. It will then choose the closest one, the one with the shortest path. That's just the way it works, which means that it can sometimes forget some of them. It is something that can happen, but it's so far the answer to it is still you have to scale up plastic, because now that has become a bottleneck. And you can see, oh, it's actually stacking up, and we have now iron fully loaded. There is one iron location I wanted to highlight because I thought it was really cool. I think this is, no, that's not the one. This one is an attempt at doing it too advanced, and it works. It is too advanced. Let's see, what are you waiting for? You're waiting for iron ingots in. Yeah, see, this is the, so this one is waiting for iron ingots, but the idea is that it monitors the content here of each of the different mixing materials. So for example, we do not have this mixing material, chrome ingots, so we don't have chrome. That means each of these have different recipes, and based on the content or the availability, we will open the one that is the most suited. This is, it's really brilliant way of looking at it. So this one will say, all right, we are going to do the one that we have some cobalt and we have some nickel. So we'll go with the cobalt and nickel one. And then this one's open, and means these are going in and being crafted and comes out as liquid iron. I don't like the fact that we have liquid iron in pipes, but that's something else. Now I can't go to iron because you don't have any. Oh, we do. I might actually. Oh, you're just going back to the depot. Oh, that sucks. But it's, both of them are green. Shouldn't you be going out, my friend? Yep, you are going out. Oof, that was close call. Me calling the shots on something and then it actually works. This doesn't, however, mean that it will come to this location. No. that one. Let's monitor this. Oh, where is it? That one. Let's monitor this one as it goes. We go here, get some iron ingots. Okay, it's part of the pink area, so I should be able to find it relatively quickly. Where's the pink area? Here. There. That's the one. And lots of... Cool. And now this train is being loaded. It's unfortunately loading a bit slow. What is the content of these? Oh, 46,000. Okay, so we have plenty of these. It's simply a matter of, for example, if we need more stations, we can also do that. We can also have 2 trains and maybe call this one Iron Ingot 2. Those are the options we have. I want to see this one come into our deposit, please. And now it's open both ways. 4.6. It needs to go to 8,000? Or does it need to go to 16? Oh, I'm kind of worried about it. If it goes to 16, that's going to take forever. Right. So this one, for example, let's have a look at it. This is basically taking iron ore in, and that's a very simple process. This one needs a pellet press included. But that's something, this is the brilliant part about it, right? Because you can just add the pellet press. And at this point, it can also add one more train station up here. Barely, but it will be possible to add a train station. How are we doing down here? We are now past 8,000, so that means it has to go up to 16. Which kind of makes sense. I need to go to, what was it called up here? Let's go to iron ingots in. Iron ingots in. Let's go there. And again, we can enjoy the ride through the train network. And I can see that we're going a completely wrong direction. Damn. Yeah. So this might actually be where it's coming in. That was totally not what I wanted. And let's find something else. Chrome ingots in. That's certainly only one location that has this. And we look for the pink area, or that's this one. How are we doing here? We're closing in on, we're 14. So let's see it get to 16. Let's get to 16 and see where it is. Alright, I'm gonna do this one because then I can monitor it from here as it starts going. I'm worried that it goes to the other one because that's the closer one. Go up, go up. No, it went down. Damn. So this is kind of the one of the shortcomings. It can easily be solved by renaming stations and making dedicated lines. Absolutely easily done. But the real answer is, of course, scaling up on the iron ingot production. Anyway, I think this is enough of a showcase of this. Remember the key points, the city block, so anyone can jump in and do whatever they like and be helpful. The brilliant train network designed by HapHollas. If you want to learn more about it, there's an article linked below, also blueprint linked below, and you can give it a shot for yourself. This map is currently still reserved for the supporters of my channel, but once we're done, we will also put a link in my Discord on the Blueprints tab, the Blueprints chat, so that anyone can just have a look around. But that's only when it's done. We still have a bit to go until we have rockets launching left and right. Anyway, I really hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you've been inspired by what we've built. I'll be doing more showcases like this in the future as it makes sense. So if you have something and you're part of the community, then let me know and we can maybe do a showcase of it. Thank you for joining. Hope to see you around in Discord and on YouTube. Bye.